The idyllic facade of Bel Air, Maryland was shattered on a somber summer day. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows as a sense of unease settled over the community. Rachel Morin, a vibrant soul known for her infectious laughter, vanished while on an evening jog. Concern turned to dread as darkness fell and hours stretched into an agonizing night. Frantic searches yielded no answers, only a deepening sense of foreboding. The usually peaceful town held its breath, united in hope and fear. Then the devastating news rippled through the community like a shockwave. Rachel's lifeless body was discovered near the Ma and Pa Trail, a place meant for leisurely walks, now forever tainted by tragedy. The vibrant life extinguished, leaving behind a chilling void. The community grappled with the brutal reality, their collective heart aching with the knowledge that their haven, their sanctuary, had been violated. The question echoed on everyone's lips, a chilling whisper in the summer breeze. Who could commit such a heinous act? As days turned into weeks, the mystery deepened and the community's sorrow turned into a relentless quest for answers. Investigators worked tirelessly, piecing together fragments of evidence, hoping to bring justice to Rachel and peace to Bel Air. The town, once a symbol of tranquility, now stood as a testament to resilience, united in their pursuit of truth and justice. Rachel's memory lived on, a beacon of light in the darkness, as Bel Air vowed to never forget and to never stop seeking the truth. The investigation began immediately, a race against time to piece together the fragments of Rachel's final moments. The Ma and Pa Trail, once a symbol of tranquility, transformed into a grim tableau. Every leaf rustled with suspicion, every shadow held the potential for answers. Days bled into weeks, each passing moment amplifying the agony of uncertainty. The details, when they emerged, were not for the faint of heart. Rachel's death wasn't just a tragedy, it was a brutal crime, a stark departure from the peace that had defined Bel Air. The brutality of the act sent shivers down the spines of hardened investigators. This was not a random act of violence, it was a calculated display of cruelty, leaving an entire community reeling in its wake. Fear, raw and visceral, seeped into the collective consciousness of Bel Air. The tranquility of the town was shattered, replaced by an uneasy tension that hung in the air. Parents clutched their children a little tighter, neighbors exchanged wary glances, and the once familiar paths now seemed ominous, a stark reminder of the darkness that had descended upon their haven. The investigation continued tirelessly, with detectives working late into the night, driven by the need to bring justice to Rachel and her grieving family. Forensic teams meticulously combed through every piece of evidence, hoping to find the elusive clue that would break the case wide open. The community, though shaken, came together in solidarity, holding vigils and offering support to Rachel's family. Candles flickered in the night, a symbol of hope and remembrance, as tearful faces reflected the collective sorrow and determination to find answers. Detectives discussed every lead, every possibility, mapping out the area and marking locations of interest, determined to leave no stone unturned. The intensity in their eyes mirrored the gravity of the situation, as crime scene photos were analyzed and reanalyzed, each detail scrutinized for potential significance. As the sun rose over Bel Air, a new day dawned, bringing with it a renewed sense of purpose and hope that justice would prevail. Rachel's family, though heartbroken, stood strong, making emotional statements and urging anyone with information to come forward. The press conference was a poignant reminder of the human cost of the crime, as reporters took notes and the community listened with bated breath. Tips began to trickle in, each one followed up with diligence, as detectives hoped for the breakthrough that would finally bring closure to the case. The phone rang with a new lead, and a glimmer of hope appeared in the detective's eyes, a sign that perhaps, just perhaps, the trail was no longer cold. The community, united in their determination, continued to support the investigation, their collective strength a beacon of hope in the face of darkness. As the sun set over Bel Air, a sense of calm began to return, a quiet resilience taking root as the town held on to hope for justice and healing. A glimmer of hope emerged from the abyss of despair. Forensic evidence, meticulously collected and analyzed, yielded a crucial clue, a DNA profile. The profile was entered into the national database, a beacon in the darkness, promising a path to justice for Rachel. Then came a chilling revelation. The DNA hit didn't lead to a name, not immediately. Instead, it pointed to a horrifying echo, a ghost from the past. The DNA from Rachel's murder scene matched evidence from a horrifying crime in Los Angeles, a stark reminder that evil knows no geographical boundaries. The news sent a collective gasp through the nation. The investigation, once localized, now spanned across state lines, morphing into a multi-agency pursuit of a phantom, an enigma who moved like a specter, leaving a trail of pain and bewilderment in its wake. The connection to the Los Angeles crime deepened the mystery, adding a layer of chilling complexity. Was this the work of a transient predator, drifting from coast to coast, or was there a more sinister connection, a hidden thread linking these seemingly disparate events? Section 4. Living in Fear's Shadow. Fear, an insidious serpent, coiled its way into the heart of Bel Air. The knowledge that a killer, potentially linked to another horrific crime, walked among them, cast a pall over the community. Every stranger became a suspect, every rustle in the night a potential threat. Gone were the days of unlocked doors and carefree strolls. The once familiar rhythm of life was punctuated by a disquieting undercurrent of fear. The community, once a tapestry of shared experiences, now found themselves bound by a shared trauma, a collective vulnerability that was palpable. The psychological toll was undeniable. The brutal murder of Rachel Morin, a young life extinguished too soon, had left an indelible mark on the soul of Bel Air. The laughter of children seemed a little less carefree, the camaraderie among neighbors tinged with a hint of apprehension. The community sought solace in candlelight vigils, their flickering flames a testament to the enduring spirit of hope, a refusal to let fear extinguish the light that Rachel brought into their lives. Yet the question lingered, a haunting echo in the stillness of the night. When would justice be served? When would the fear that gripped their hearts finally loosen its hold? Section 5. Whispers in the Wind. Months later, the case remained unsolved. Leads were pursued, tips were investigated, but the puzzle remained incomplete. Rachel's memory lingered, a bittersweet ache in the heart of a community yearning for answers, for closure. The investigation, though ongoing, seemed to have hit a wall. The lack of a suspect, of a face to attach to the horror, only amplified the fear. Was the perpetrator a ghost, a phantom who vanished into thin air, or were they lurking in the shadows, observing, waiting for the right moment to strike again? Theories abounded, whispers exchanged in hushed tones. Was it a random act of violence or a carefully orchestrated plan? Was the perpetrator a stranger passing through or someone lurking within their midst, hiding behind a mask of normalcy? Every passing day brought fresh waves of grief and frustration, a stark reminder that justice delayed is justice denied. The community, forever scarred by this tragedy, refused to let Rachel's memory fade into obscurity. They clung to the hope that one day, the truth would emerge from the shadows, bringing with it a measure of peace and resolution. Section 6. Justice, Elusive and Yearned. For the murder of Rachel Morin stands as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most idyllic communities. It is a testament to the fragility of life, the randomness of violence, and the enduring power of hope in the face of despair. The unanswered questions continue to haunt Bel Air. The lack of a suspect, the chilling link to the Los Angeles crime, and the brutality of the act itself create a tapestry of mystery that investigators are still painstakingly trying to unravel. The community, forever marked by this tragedy, remains vigilant. They refuse to let fear paralyze them, choosing instead to honor Rachel's memory by cherishing life, supporting one another, and clinging to the belief that justice, though elusive, will one day prevail. The fight for justice for Rachel Morin is far from over. It is a promise whispered on the wind, a pledge etched in the hearts of those who loved her, a beacon of hope illuminating the path towards a day when her memory is honored not just in mourning, but in the triumphant sound of justice served.